Hey guys, it is Tristan with Nerdette's NewsStand, and I want to just do a future state roundup. I usually try to go through and review all of these, but there was a lot this week, and busy being with work and everything else, I kind of got to go through them all together, right? So there was actually one really bad one kind of meh. Actually, there was two meh ones, but I already reviewed that one. I'll put it in the link in the description for Justice League. I would say that was meh. It's like a 5, right? And then I would say there was 4 good ones, one of which I particularly enjoyed a lot. But I'm gonna start from bad to worse. And when I say bad, I mean like I talked about this on live stream and on a previous video. I mean like you're reminded of that one time in high school you did acid with the people you shouldn't have done acid with, and they all ended up being like the craziest looking demons ever. Welcome to Green Lantern. It was like bad. Like there was 2 backup stories also. One was on Jessica Cruz, which I should naturally love, but it didn't make sense to her character, and I did like it for what it was. It just didn't feel like Jessica to me. She was just way too outgoing. Now, the Guy Gardner story felt like Guy Gardner, and we got to see Lobo show up at the end. Obviously, spoilers for all of these books. But the Green Lantern story, in my opinion, I thought was awful. It was nonsensical. It was convoluted. It wasn't paced well. And the art all looked like teeny tiny midget people. Okay. All right. Not giving too much to the time. It was Jeffrey Thorne who's been doing Vixen. We've got 2 digital first issues out so far, and that I've liked. A little bit of the nonsensical still, but I did like it. It was much better than Green Lantern, and I'm hoping it gets better because he is starting Green Lantern #1 in April. So let's go to the second title, which would be kind of just like my 5, my meh. It was okay, take it or leave it. You don't really need to read it. Wasn't really good enough, but there was one specific part that I did like, and I'm talking about Superman and Wonder Woman. I liked how every morning Jonathan said good morning to Metropolis. I didn't like the art. I felt like it was okay. It just felt like Jonathan looked really weird. I did like seeing Yara back, and when she takes on this kind of terrible politician here, the guy's going to shoot the pilot, right? He's going to shoot him, and I love. She's like, please, try and shoot me. That was the best part of the whole thing. It really was. Like, the art was bulky, and the sun god take it or leave it. It was okay. I honestly, it took me twice picking it up to read it, and I don't think I would have finished it had it not been something I was going to talk about on a video. It wasn't great. So let's start with the better titles, and these were definitely better. I really enjoyed Teen Titans. I thought it was well done. I know a lot of people don't like it because of the nonsensical deaths, but it is a future state title, so the deaths don't bother me as much. But I think it was really good. I liked how they added in Dial H's telephone. I like how, even though he died, and Donna died too, but I think I like this title so much because I keep going, who's Red X? Who's Red X? Who the actual fuck is Red X? And I think it's going to be more of a mantle than a person, because in this we see Nightwing. He has it. He had it originally, and then there's a new person taking over, and I don't know who it could be. Like, could it be Slade? Could it be Tim? Could it be somebody new? Could it be there was a lot of new characters in here, so I don't know. It's definitely keeping me guessing, but I think I like that. I think I like that about it, is that it's keeping that mystery alive. Now, it actually would be kind of cool. And I said this in my Who's Red X video. It would be kind of cool to never know who he was, right? It would be kind of neat. You never know, but you still love a character. But then again, at the same time, isn't that what draws you to that character anyway, besides the old cartoon? The mystery, right? So I don't know. Either way, whether they reveal it or not, I'll still be guessing and guessing until we actually have a name. I think that's just kind of how it's going to be with me. So then we had Robin Eternals, and this was a really good title. I did like, we see Tim Drake as Robin. He has like a new little girly friend. Her name is Darcy. And then we see the return of Batgirl, right? So I did like them working back together. I do like seeing her in that position. I like seeing Tim as Robin, which I assumed originally he was going to be back as until we got that Robin title in April. I liked it. It wasn't bad. Now, the only drawback to this one would be like, I thought Tim was dead. That's what we were originally supposed to know. So maybe it was because he died at the end and got all that Lazarus resin on him. And the whole time they're like, it doesn't affect people. It only affects the cybers. Well, if it doesn't affect people, then why is it such a big deal at the end that he got it spilled on him? Like, I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I think it should be pretty good, though. I was kind of impressed. Now, these are my last two favorite of the week, and I can't really decide which one was better because they were both really, really good. And the first one would be Cara Zorrell, Superwoman. Now, to start out, the art is really different. It took me a couple pages to get used to, and then I was like, why haven't I ever seen art like this normally from a character like Cara, where it's more feminine and stuff? And I'm like, this works so good. It's almost like Cara is a Disney princess, and she's got her own Disney princess land named the Moon, and her own little colony, and now her own little friend that she has to protect. Well, I love it. I thought the art was so cool, like the facial expressions, the pastels. It really works good with a female title, and now she's Superwoman, not Supergirl, but a lot of it, the reason I guess I would put this in second place is because a lot of it felt like there was a tinge of jealousy, and that's human nature, but Kara's not a human, she's Kryptonian. So to see that come out as much as she did with Jonathan, it was kind of a drawback for me, but I get it, like she should have been the original person to land, but her rocket got off track. So then it was Clark, and now it's Jonathan, who's half Kryptonian, half human, and half dumb. We could all agree in Future State he's pretty dumb, bottling up all of Metropolis. So yes, it absolutely should have been Kara. It really had. And then of course, right in the beginning, Krypto's dead, and I'm like, why did you do this to my Krypto? I love my Krypto. But even so, we have a new character. I believe her name was like Lorelai or Lorelei, Lenari. And she's super cute. She fits with the art. She inspires Superwoman to really kind of go for it and go all in. So yeah, I kind of like that. I really did. I enjoyed it. So the last one we have also has two backups. Now, or is it just the one backup? It's just the one. Dark Detective. Now, this was a title that everyone was kind of worried about. It was going to be Mariko Tamaki's kind of test, right? Is she going to do well with Batman or with Detective Comics? Yeah. If it goes by this, yeah. And I think it's Dan Mora, right? His art. Oh, my God. It's so beautiful. It's so like cyberpunk, future-esque, beautiful. I absolutely love the art. I could sit here and say a whole video about how good this art is. But basically we see Bruce Wayne, right? You see his funeral, Eleanor Rigby or something like that. Now, every time I pick up this book, I swear I have that song in my head. So it's going to be Eleanor Rigby all damn day. But he gets shot by Peacekeeper number 1. And you kind of see him talking to a chick. I don't know if it's some sort of foreshadowing. We'll see her again. We'll have to wait and see. But and he uses the last of his money to get repaired by some hack surgeon in the alleyway here. And Peacekeeper 1 basically says, yes, he's dead. Batman is dead. Oh, also Bruce Wayne is dead. But they don't make that connection, which is kind of what I initially reported, because that's what everyone was saying, right? So they don't necessarily know yet. Now that could be coming, that it's Bruce Wayne, right? And we do get to see Bruce. Like, Bruce has never looked so good, like so handsome. I love it. But we see him again then with another fight in the alleyway, or okay, here's the thing. You're in Gotham. Pretend you're in Gotham. Don't ever go into an alleyway. Best advice you could ever get living in Gotham: don't go into an alleyway. Things always happen in an alleyway. Bruce was shot and, supposedly killed. His parents were killed. Like, come on, don't go down an alleyway. Are you dumb? Okay, so he's going to go down an alleyway, so obviously it's not very smart, but you kind of gotta for this one. So we see a fight, right? And he's getting chased, and he gets shot in the leg, and he's getting chased by this drone, and he kind of breaks off his shirt and becomes Batman. Badass. Everything about this was action and really good, really to the point. We get to see him both as Bruce and as Batman. We get to see Peacekeeper number 1, who we've talked about for a while, and it was fantastic. It was really, really good. I was impressed. Wait, I saved one for number 1 because this is the best. I'm not kidding. This was my favorite story of Future State. All of it. I absolutely love this story. Now, this was by Matthew Rosenberg, and I think the art was by Carmine de Gagara. Yes, the Grifter story was so good. I am not even kidding. Like, Matthew Rosenberg should be writing so much. Like, just please put him on a Grifter story, please. Pretty please. We're getting a Midnighter. Can we have some Authority? Can we have some Grifter? I want some Apollo. Like, it was so good. Like, we open up and we see Grifter, and I'm going to go through it quick because I think it was actually longer than the Batman story. But he gets into a bar fight, and it's funny. They put a lot of humor into it, and I think that works out really well. That's Grifter. So that really works out really well in their favor. So he gets caught, right? And we see Luke there. Okay. Luke is Batwing, right? So he tries to help him. He's like, you owe my father. Well, we don't really know yet. I think that'll be more explored in Tinian's run, what he owes his father for. And he kind of just sets him up to get in trouble, but it's actually because he wants to help, free him. And he shoots someone right in front of him. They go back to his apartment. He thinks that he's being a traitor. He's not. He gets him a mask. He gets his mask. Oh, yeah, I fucking love it. So he's going to go talk to some people that can help get Luke out of Gotham, except for, of course, it doesn't work out because he's betrayed them before. But what they're going to go see is the most, influential person that can get things done. And that's the old bakery. And, it was, he said it's one of the last and best criminals the city's ever produced. And that's the Huntress. And the last we see is her with her bow staff pointed right at Grifter. I fucking love this story. Like, this was the best comic I've read since Batman 105. I enjoyed it that much. I love Grifter for one, and some people can write this character, some people can't. Matthew Rosenberg is great, but just seeing him back in the DC universe, we saw him a little bit in Batman 100 and stuff, but it would be great. He's such a great underutilized character, and I know they tried to make it work after Flashpoint and stuff, and a lot of people didn't get into it, but I really, really did. I think he's such a underutilized character. He's so good, yet they don't use him. Hopefully we see more of them. I don't know. Let me know, of course, what you guys think about this week in Future State. There's so many books coming out next week. I think what I'm going to do is kind of a similar thing. I will review my favorites, and I wanted to review Grifter alone, but I never got to it. I'll review my favorites, and then I will do a wrap up with whichever ones I don't get to. But yeah, definitely Dark Detective is absolutely a recommend. Cara Zorrell, Teen Titans, all of them are a recommend, except for Superman and Wonder Woman, and except for Green Lantern Acid Bath. Ugh, terrible. Anyways, let me know, of course, what you guys think, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hey guys, I want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon and subscribe stars. You guys literally make this channel possible. Huge thank you to Cage the Mick, Robert Mick Twiz, Black Knight Fool, Brucey, Chris Z, David L, David Rafford, Jeffrey Allen Carnes, Mighty Balls, Mike Buckner, Maizen Barbosa, Ruskar, Ryan Decker, Robert Hoffman, and Doc Holliday. You guys are absolutely amazing, and thank you so much for all your support. Don't forget on the way out to like as always if you enjoy the content and hit subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.